Good morning, everyone. It's me, T, coming at you with a daily reading. This reading is going to be for December 6, 2018. So thank you, angels, for overhearing that. And what else was I going to say? I wanted to say thank you for joining in. And thank you for being open to receiving the guidance that you need to hear for today. Whether, the tone of voice is harsh, whether it's gentle, however it's supposed to come out. Thank you for being open to receiving that. Also, this video is going to be more geared towards the fame and reputation aspect of your life. And your love and relationships and marriage and connection and commitment and that type of area. So just make sure to apply it towards that. And it's what I'm getting is that these types of readings that I give are more like empowering. So make sure to just apply it there, because they may not be so much in terms of, what's to come, but it's helping you to navigate your life better, right? So that's what I'm saying. Thank you for being open to hearing what ideas, are streaming through me, in terms of, what I end up just getting, throughout these videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it for my highest and best good to do these cards first, 18? Okay, that's what I'm getting. So, all right, so 18, we need the highest and best 3 cards placed at the top of this deck that are geared towards the categories I've just mentioned, and also the date for today, December 6, 2018. Do I take this flipper card right now? No, all right. Do I stop shuffling cards right here right now? All right. So, that's interesting. I'm going to do it with this hand. We're doing things a little differently today. I actually like it because I was just thinking to myself today, I always do shit differently. I have this regimen, but I always tweak it up somehow, and I'm very happy with how it always works out. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting. I heard, I was tuning into a really amazing reader. If you want to scope her out, her name is Child of Light. Awesome. And what was she talking about? She was talking about something, rituals, right? She was talking about rituals, and she was saying how, if you like to have your cup of coffee in the morning along with reading the newspaper, that's like a ritual, right? But people don't, see it as that. But the thing is, I have so many throughout my day, and what I want to say is that's a form of structure that keeps people really happy, right? So you just have to implement something like that into your life that makes you more happy. So, that may just come up today, but this is why I feel like I do my readings, is more so to give you that structure and that navigation towards how to better your life and what needs to be applied in order to, reach a higher level of happiness. Amen to that. I love how that just flowed out. Do I get into it? Yes, I do. All right. So the first card, and these are going to be more of your yang cards, because I'm going to whip out cards. Oh, fuck. Where did they go? Oh, they're right next to me. Okay. So basically, I just wanted to say that these are going to be your more yang cards for today, and then we're going to go take a look at the yin cards. Do I put the yin cards down right now? Yeah, I'm just getting to go over clean cut, one first and then the other. So this is going to be your more outbound, your outer selves, and again, this could be applied any which way. So we'll just go over in terms of how I'm feeling, and what I'm getting, how I'm feeling. We're going to go over all of this stuff. The first card out That made no sense, but we'll just go with the flow. So the first card out is the six of spades. This chick is doing really well in terms of, here's the new moon. The new moon's basically like, so in your morning, I guess, right? This would be your morning card. You're just, you've definitely detached from something, you left something behind, and you're going towards these newer, fresher full moon energies. So, and you're going with the flow of it. Like, it's funny. And also, there might be some travel where you're just like, you're preparing for travel this morning somewhere. You don't know where, maybe, but your bags are packed, right? Like, you're just ready. Like, you've never been more ready. Um, the 18 wants me to share. Do I share that? Yeah, okay. I just want to double check. The 18 wants me to share that this morning there is something that you let go of, a bag of sorts that you let go of this morning in terms of so this is what they wanted me to share, that on my walk this morning, I literally let out this it was such a weird fucking like noise, but it came from my soul, where it was just like, it's like your soul could not hang on any longer, right? It just let out, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a gasp, but it was like a cry, and it was like yelp at the same time, where it was just like, it was like you wanted to swallow it, but you couldn't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like one of those things. It's just like, it needs fresh air. Like, it was like yearning for this breath of fresh air. And so what I did was, like, out of the depths of my soul today, as I walked, like, there was, just ignore that background noise. Um, I just like let out this like if you could picture this as a ball of energy that comes out of you today, that just is fucking released, that too can be applied as the bag of, that the bag that you kind of just released out into the universe, right? The baggage. It's like that energetic, like, you can't, like, this is like, it's just a bubble that just came to the top, and you just had to let it out, right? So and it was an emotional bubble, right? So if that's what you are leaving behind, you know what I'm saying, today, in order to pack your bags and kind of like get clarity on where you're going, and like what you have to put in that bag, like, just let it happen, let it roll, and this is, water is emotion, right? So like, it just makes, you've just come through this rocky road, it's not, water can't be a road, right? But the rocky journey of emotions right behind you. It was just like turbulent. And then now, I like how you use turbulent too in terms of water, when turbulent is up in the air. Whatever. We're all talking about journeys, right? So it doesn't, who gives a fuck? So, but now you're going towards calmer waters, calmer, emotions. And I just feel like, this is also like, I feel like your feminine energy could not take it anymore. Like, your sensitivity could not take it anymore. And so it's becoming stronger, and you're following more of your feminine energies, which are like invisible energies, concepts, ideas, intuition, just things that you just really, in the depths of your feminine, like, meaningfulness, like, you now are longing for that. So you're just kind of like, fuck this shit. Like, I just have to put things like past me, behind me, use my magic wand, and kind of row myself like towards the better, but also, it's kind of like you've come into a rebalancing energy of sorts. So now we're kind of like we're waiting for the full moon to arrive, right? And we're in its energies, and we're just able to see things a little bit more clearly. Like, the moon is here. The Mercury retrograde was a part of this energy. Now it's like, okay, it's like, what is it called? Waning out? I don't know which one's the truth. Which one? Yeah, the truth, the waning or the waxing. I can't remember which one's the one on its way out. So I think it's waning. I think so. Yeah. So also, this is like, 6 is very interesting, because I was getting that for today, which is interesting. So it's December 6th, and I was getting that today is a really powerful energy of rebalancing, spiritual rebalancing. So because this week is a 369 week, so it's kind of like a Nikola Tesla week. So it's super powerful in terms of how you're rebalancing, like you're coming off extremely heightened in your spirituality. You know what's best for you. You know how to make you know how to carry with you this self-care, bag, this self-love bag, like you've conquered it. And so you're taking it with you. And even so, like, you're even protecting it. You're just like, dude, I worked so hard for that bag of self-love that I'm going to take it everywhere with me, even if it's the only thing that I take with me. It's that kind of dignity that you have within yourself. So the Six of Spades, I can go into what it actually means. Do you want me to go into it? Okay, no. They're getting me, they're telling me no. Because I guess we're just like covering all of it. So the six is like it's a pure rebalancing of sorts. And I feel it has like a lot to do, like the spades, it's very interesting. It's kind of like if you look at the spades like this, it's like your heart, but there's also change, coming from above, like spiritually into your heart. It's being downloaded into your heart. And then on the reverse, you're kind of like giving your heart towards the sky. So you're making changes in your heart to be like, okay, here you go, universe. This is what I'm giving to you because I can no longer handle certain things in my life. So I'm giving stuff over to you in order to, like, this is all that I've simplified myself to, which is me, myself, and I on the most heightened spiritual level. But also I come with the aspect of, like, I've conquered my self-love, and I'm being regimented with that, which is, I think that's why the whole regimen and ritual aspect is coming up, because you've now grown into what works for you on a daily basis to keep you afloat, right? And you're fulfilled with that. You're like, this is how simplified I got. Like, this is what means most to me. And now I'm bringing it, me, myself, and I, along with, my afloat boat, my fulfilled afloat boat, and this self-care, I'm bringing it into the full moon energies. And that's like my way to show the universe that I'm fucking ready. I'm fucking rebalanced. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you could be a little exhausted from rowing, I feel, but the whole thing is, or like from your journey in the past, like you've kind of had to get over these fucking waves and waves and waves, like these crashing waves at you. And now you're just like, all right, it's morning time. The water is calm. And that's how the rest of my life is really going to just, majority of the time be, because you've been so emotionally, what's the word called? Like, emotionally turbulent also, right? So you're just kind of like knowing how you want the rest of your life to be, how you want to act in your life and what you want to receive. It's big time. These are some major fucking energies being like coming in, guys, like major. Beautiful. So this is going to be your midday, your theme of the day, and possibly like your retreat card for the day, right? Which is, so it's kind of like the highlighter card and your happiness card, because it's, people always say that the happiness route is the middle path, right? So I just feel like it's like right off the bat, I feel as these fish are jumping for joy. Like they're fucking just so happy. It's the Jack of Hearts, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but they're just jumping for joy. They're your heart is so fulfilled. I see the pink in the background, which is kind of like, your compassion for yourself and for just life has just really, like, you're just a happy jumping fish coming out of water. We actually have that here, like in Florida. Like they're like in the morning, like, fish are so happy. And I don't know if they come out like when it's cold, but when the sun is shining and when it's pretty warm, they just jump for joy. They're like jumping fish, So, yeah, and the J stands for joy. Isn't that fucking hilarious? So you have a joyful heart today. There's something that comes in, whether, and what I'm feeling is, I think that you're going to be just very happy with yourself, like how far you've come. You're like finally like, you know, the Mercury retrograde, the energies are kind of past us, and you know, again, you've released all that you could with the full moon energies that came along with it, and now you're just kind of like super like in glee mode. Like you get to be creative, you get to be dancing, you get to be, you know, a lot of heart, a lot of heart. Like it's the Jack of Hearts, but like, you know, pink and green are the colors of the hearts. And you have orange in here, which is like creativity, but then also you have the red, which is like passion. It's very interesting. A lot of like green and red have been showing up, which is like, I feel as though right now is like the new Christmas coming in. Like this is the Christmas that, you know, we don't have to, the people that have put a lot of, you know, effort into their life are not having to wait for fucking, you know, December 25th to come around. It's like the Christmas is now, right? With this new moon is our Christmas. And it's just really interesting how this is kind of like a new moon, circular, like kind of like a Wheel of Fortune card happening, where it's like as above, so below. So you're feeling really joyous, and then you're like coming up. You're like really, it's just a flow of just excitement. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be joyous at one point, and then you're gonna kind of like stay and sit in that joy, and then something else will come up that will make you really extra joyous and grateful, and then you're gonna be like, all right, let me just be with this for a second, and then, you know, so there's a lot of influx of really good heart stuff coming in, you know. And if there is some sort of like energy, because you know in feng shui red and green are actually opposing energies. They're not really good to have around each other. This is why around Christmas time I feel like, you know, as much as people want to be harmonious, the colors aren't really that harmonious, right? So it's just, so that could be like part of the reason why, you know, people don't get along as well, you know, with their families, even though they try so fucking hard to. That's why I've stopped trying that hard, because I'm just like, okay, I get this on a spiritual aspect and it's all beautiful and stuff, but I'm going to do it my way because I just need it to be joyous, and that's one of my priorities, right? So when it comes down to it, like I feel like some of the energies that might come up today, because we are still in these releasing mode. So you know, so if so, and I feel like this could be like a release with other people. Like there may be some challenges, like a little bit, that come up in terms of just like little like fucking just like not arguments, but just like, you know, energies that kind of are what's it called, like they're butting heads, you know what I'm saying? Then just make sure to just flow with them. Like don't let it fucking attach to you. Give it to the universe, because I just feel like, you know, and it could be emotional, right? Because there's a lot of water here as well. So just make sure to kind of yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna, because I like how she said it. So Child of Light said, like, filter it through your heart energies. I just feel like, I just checked in there to see if I should say it, because, like, I don't want to come off as if I'm copying somebody. But the thing is, I don't really copy anybody. I just, like, really share people's wise, you know, the highest and best wise information that I latch onto, like, because it just really, you know, spark something within me. So I never find things as copying, which I can definitely, I'll make a video on that, because I just feel like people are just a little like insecure about their shit sometimes when they're, and so again, sorry to the Child of Light if she thinks that I'm copying her, but like this is not a copying thing. It's just basically to share with everybody, you know, to further share your wisdom out with the world, because it affected me in a positive way, right? So yeah, so basically just make sure to, you know, use your heart in compassion towards yourself, to then, you know, yeah, because I really filter it through your heart space is what's really like popping out, like in terms of what I learned from her this morning. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, and a lot of healing is going on today, guys. There's just like this mid happiness of healing that's going on today. Like you're gonna just feel as though I can tell you how I felt this morning. This morning I felt as if what I was holding my breath for is now, like, you can finally feel that it's here. Like, I no longer have to hold my breath. And I think that's what that bubble of, like, that bubble of powerful, emotional air came out of me. I let it out. Like, I was like I just like threw it up, you know what I'm saying? So because of the fact that I just feel like I had to make room for this just healing that had to have gone on in my heart, you know what I'm saying? To then have me at a more even keeled and balanced, happy midway, There's a lot of grounding energy also that's going on here because I'm seeing brown. So I'm seeing like very grounded energy in terms of like, it's so interesting. I feel like this is like your like an Ace of Cups, like your entire, like Ace of Cups mixed with 10 of Cups, which is like your 11 of Cups. Like that doesn't even exist, but I feel like this is what it is today. Like you're so grounded because you've created such a, such a space, if not like the full blown 11 of Cups energy, like you've created such a space for it to be filled with such positivity that this is what the new moon is going to actually fill up, like new and improved everything. You know what I'm saying? Like this is this morning you're getting prepared for a brand new fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically, it's just what it is. Are we moving on to the next card? Okay. Next card. Ooh, 5 of Hearts. I love how all of these hearts are coming up. Yes. 5 of Hearts would be towards the end of your day, and it's changing. Like, I just fucking I actually really love how this card is depicted. It's like the emotion that I got with this is like, you are so empowered that you don't give a shit. You're knocking over all of these fucking cups, like in terms of like, you're really like, for your heart, in order to side with the positive changes that have come into your life and that are not in alignment with your life anymore, like you are very discerning of it. So it's like, you're not afraid to go over to a fucking vase and like kick that shit over if it's not working for you, right? Like it's kind of like you're like five I like as positive change, right? And it's positive change for your heart. But sometimes you have to be a little fucking, like, people of the 5s, put it this way, they like, I'm a 5, like, because I'm, in terms of my day that I was born on is, it's January 14th, so 1 and 4 is 5, right? So I often, I feel, come out as if I'm such a fucking, like, as if I really do this. Like, I'm chaotic like this. Like, I feel like people see me as a chaotic type of person. Like, sometimes when I go about, making positive change for myself, like, I just kind of create chaos, right? But out of chaos, it's like, like, I don't just like mindlessly create chaos. I create chaos for the better, knowing exactly what's not working and what's working, and not being afraid to toss some fucking shit out. Like, as in like, listen, like, like this cup is ugly. I'm gonna just fucking be honest with it. I'm just like randomly, like, let's say not subconsciously, but let's say not even subliminally. What's the word that I'm looking for? Is hypothetically speaking that this cup is ugly, right? So this cup is ugly. I'll like just announce it that to me it's ugly. Some people may not like it, so that comes off kind of like chaotic and like mean and shit. But I'm very truthful with myself, knowing that whether that cup is ugly or it doesn't work or that solution's not going to work, like whatever that cup represents, like I literally just call it out because I don't have to hide it from anybody. I actually, and if anything, I call it out so that everybody knows that this is the particular problem that needs to be fixed. And, and that's the problem that you go after, right? So it's not, like, and it's the problem that needs to be fixed. It's like it's like, I'm not gonna make a problem be the fucking elephant in the room and not say anything about it. When you shine light and truth upon something, you actually bring about more positive change quicker, right? Because now that you've shined the light and not made it so much the elephant in the room, you literally just bring about such positive change for yourself and everybody else around. But before that happens, it looks a little fucking chaotic, right? Like you just, but you know, you do it for your heart aspect. You do it because your heart deserves it, right? So I just feel like a lot of courage is coming your way to just be like, okay, here's what didn't fucking work. Like, this looks like a huge fucking mess. Like, my garden, maybe, like, even my room right now, like, sometimes, you know, I feel as though I'm really good with keeping my shit straight in my room, but sometimes you just need to let go. So I feel like your heart is just, like, letting go of a lot of shit, and it looks chaotic, but soon you will turn all of the vases or the cups over that you love, and you will nourish them. But right now you're just kind of getting rid of the clutter, right? So this is, it's actually like a beautiful fucking chaotic clutter. Like, it's like not such a, it's not, it looks messy, but doesn't it look like a secret garden? Like, you're just like, it, you know, vines everywhere, fucking hearts everywhere. And, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just that these things were maybe not cared for right before, and now you're kind of sifting through to see, like, okay, what is it that I will now make it a priority to care for in my life? You know what I'm saying? What is it that I'm doing right? What is it that I'm doing wrong? So what I'm getting is reflective energy, right? There's also, I love how in these, like, in these vines, there's a lot of stars when you look, like right there, there's a star. So there's a lot of, like, believing energy, right? So it's very interesting, because I think that there's some stuff that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be sifting when it comes to believing, right? Like, so maybe this is you growing into your own, believing in what you wanted to believe, you know, and also being, what's the word called? Whatever, A-team, help me out here. It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to just jump for a second. I just feel as though your heart, oh, that's very interesting. Your heart is giving light, it's shining light upon all these things that you believe in, right? So it's really interesting. It's just like, so, and then that's another, I guess, way of looking at things too, is like, you know, your heart is shining its light, it's directing its light towards exactly what it wants, so that it literally, all of the cups, even if they're upside down, they're growing. It's kind of like a vine. You know how, like, sometimes, like, flowers grow like that? They, like, whatever position they're placed in, they'll grow upwards towards the sun. It's like everything like that is now being transmuted towards the sun. So you have nothing to worry about, right? And even if it looks like a mess, like, I just feel like somebody's coming in to help you fucking organize this mess better. Like, it's like you've healed, right? You've healed to be ready enough to attack, like, a change of life, right? Like, to, and not attack, but to kind of, like, rebuild, like, turn, like, there's going to be another person that's coming in that's going to help you turn these cups over, sift through them to be like, all right, all these cups are, like, there's nothing wrong with them. They're really good, right? There's none that are cracked or broken or whatever. They're just kind of turned on to their side. So it's like, now you're going to see, like, together in terms of your values, you're going to see, like, you know, you're going to end up seeing what is important to the both of you, and then turn those over together. Do you get what I'm saying? So that they're standing straight. And you're going to both bring, you know, it's like both of you have been through this shit. So you kind of, like, know what the fuck you're dealing with. Like, it's just like, it looks like a hardship. So together, you're going to be sifting, kind of like, one's going to visit one garden, the other one's going to visit the other heart garden, you know? And you're going to be like, all right, here's what I have in my heart garden. And, you know, here's what the other one has in their heart garden. And it's like, can we like really come together and work on each other's gardens so that we can even improve them on an even better scale, you know? So I just feel like that's like it's a really good card that like it's just a really abundant card in terms of the heart, where I'm just so grateful that that's where our heart is kind of like going towards, you know what I'm saying? Again, another grounded card, and again, a lot of red and green in this. So it's just, and pinks, a lot of pinks. So it's like, I just feel as though, you know, yeah, I just feel as though, and a lot of orange too. So yeah, a lot of creativity, a lot of compassion, a lot of healing, a lot of believing, and a lot of just, yeah, just definitely passion, right? Passion and healing is definitely coming up. Also, what I'm getting is like, you see this white cloud here? It's like, this is like water, right? Dripping water. And I don't know where it's dripping from, but I feel like it's like blessings coming in from spirit, right? They're keeping, like, you may not have been the best at knowing what your heart needs. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you may not have been so, what's it called? Like you couldn't give to yourself what your heart really needed, right? And so, because really, I mean, on a journey, you can only take yourself so fucking far until somebody else can come in and like help you out a little bit, right? That's what I'm saying. This life is never done alone. So never ever be the one to be like, I made it on my own, because it's like, that's not the spiritual truth of it all. Like, you've had a lot of people, whether on the invisible realm or in the physical realm, they all, like, we are all connected. So we all kind of not transpire, but we all kind of do a dance type of movement to help each other out, right? Of which you may or may not be able to see, but it's all working out for you, right? So when it comes down to this, it's like, that's where the universe or the spirit are bringing you these really heightened, because it's like at the top, heightened emotions that really get to water your heart garden better. Like, you could be crying out of gratitude. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're just so fucking fulfilled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even matter what your cups look like at this point. Like, they're just filled. You know what I'm saying? They're filled with growth, with, like, you know, just change. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're feeling, and that's maybe what you're crying, you know, about, because, that was like me, like, I literally was like feeling into it all. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to like cry for the rest of my life. Like, and I'm going to be totally okay with that, because I just feel like that's what you've been waiting for. Like, you've been waiting for this, like this feeling to come back, right? Like a feeling sense of you to come back, instead of just being like, you're doing too much of this regimented stuff with like not enough feeling. You know what I'm saying? So there's a good and a bad side to being structured and regimented and, you know, ritualized. And it's just like, you know, you have to keep things like light and playful, but yet stick to, you know, regimens that work for you, because it's self-love, right? So I'm glad that that's like really, you know, that's really coming full circle. Full circle. Is there anything else that I need to say for the Five of Hearts card? Yeah, there is. Something about yang energy. It's like, yeah, I'm getting like a breath of fresh air is what I'm also getting, because, you know, a lot of plants give you fresh air. So that's what I'm getting, is that like there's just a lot of really great elements that are all coming together to create this positive change for you. And so, oh, all right, so when you're experiencing this positive change in your life, you may not have ever felt this balanced before for a change, right? For like to expect a positive change to happen. And that in and of itself is a very fucking powerful, right? So it's like you've reached a an apex in your life within yourself, where you're feeling actually like, even though you're feeling a little exhausted, you're feeling as if you've conquered a lot within yourself to reach this like hiatus of is it a hiatus that I don't know if that's the word. Like you've reached like you reach like this apex, this monumental type of stage in your life where you've never ever been this fucking good for yourself, right? Like you've never ever been this good towards yourself. And the whole thing is, it's like, so you're feeling fucking independent, you're feeling individualized, you're feeling filled with integrity. I mean, those three concepts in terms of feeling in general are fucking powerful. But now you have this positive change happening in your heart that you have never experienced in your life, and you've been waiting so long for, and you knew would come to you eventually. And now is the time that it comes, that you are feeling like there's this breath of fresh air, but you're also feeling like a little chaotic. Like you're just like, I don't even know how to handle all of this fucking positivity. That came out crazy. Positivity. Yeah, I mean, that you just don't know how to, like, because there's no manual, right? Like you've just done all the stuff that is right for you, and now all of a sudden this stuff is coming in, and it's coming in strong. It's coming in very powerful. It's coming in very heart-based, right? Like it's coming for your heart, and you just like don't know what else to do other than breathe. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there, you know, again, like there's a breath of fresh air, and you just don't know what else to do other than breathe in this breath of fresh air. So just keep breathing, I think is what I'm getting. And I'm laughing at it because it's true, because I had to do that this morning too. And I know I'm going to have to do it throughout the day, you know? So, what I'm also getting is, you know, you're going to start receiving these blessings, and it's just like I said it here too. I think it's like, just be with it, sit with it, right? Because sometimes you have to take in how chaotic it's making you feel on a really good note, that is going to allow you to make better decisions for yourself going forward. Because I think you're going to be saying like to yourself, like, okay, this is really beautiful, but I no longer want this chaoticness, so what's the opposite of it? So you're basically giving yourself some thinking time, okay? Some time to think, which is what is really truly needed. But not only that, you're also giving yourself some time to not only think about the logical, but your feeling, which is, you know, just taking a step back. So that's the breathing space that you're receiving, I think, for out of these beautiful, grounded type of, you know, balanced elemental energies, but especially from the earth space, right? Yeah, there's just such purity coming in. It's just amazing. Like your heart is being purified, but then there's also, I mean, there's just so much coming in, guys. There's so much coming in. It's crazy. Look at this little angel. And at the bottom of the deck, the theme is 3 of Hearts, which is celebration. You know, it's just unity, you know, coming together. It's really beautiful. So it's just kind of like, you know, cups filled. I find it really interesting how it's like this cup is filled, and then you have like this, remember how I was saying this is kind of like a cup? It's basically like a fountain is like a really big fucking cup, you know what I'm saying? So so it's just that resemblance is amazing. So yeah, and it's like, imagine like 3 fountains coming together. I mean, you're talking about like a person that's meant for you in terms of like a divine life spiritual partner, and then like and you're all different, right? That's the funny part. Like, look at these hands, pink, orange, like black or brown or whatever you want to call it, and this, you know, like it's whatever. Like I just that also came out crazy, but pardon me, because it's still fucking Mercury retrograde. So I don't know how to depict all of this, but like the whole thing is like perfectly, I don't know how to depict it perfectly, but just go with it, is that you know, it's like, this is like you, let's say you and your partner, right? You're different from each other, but yet you cling. You like, you cling, you know, your cups. That's what I meant to say. Like, not, I mean, cling in a good way, in a healthy attachment, but you just like cling your cups and you're cheerful about it. But here's this godlike hand coming from above, pouring its cup onto all of y'all and just also celebrating with you. So it's like God, spirit, universe, whatever, is bringing you guys in together for such, I mean, look at this party aspect. It's a celebration of the heart, man. It's a celebration of 3 hearts. You know what I'm saying? And then the heart of everybody else's heart, right? Like in terms of like your ancestors' hearts, your angels' hearts, your, you know, universe's hearts. It's like, there's a lot there that's coming in. So, you know, you're getting prepared for something really beautiful to come in, guys. So don't be afraid of it. Just breathe through it. All right. We're turning to the feminine aspect of the reading, and it's the Power of Love cards by, in case you wanted to see it, by James Van Praagh. Oh, these are activation cards. Shit, guys, that's the first time I saw that. So let's activate these bad boys in terms of, let's see what's going to go on in the activation of the heart to then give us this yang. To then give us this yang type of action. So these could be your action cards, right? That's happening on the physical realm, and these could be your invisible. So I think I did it the opposite way so that we can kind of see how the invisible is going to enhance and kind of nudge out the masculine aspect of life, like the physical aspect of life. All right, so 18, we're looking for the highest and best 3 cards that correspond to the cards that were just put out. In terms of, yes, please place the 3 cards at the top of this deck. And, yeah, have them be of the highest and best. Depiction of what we need to know for today. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here, right now? All right. Yep. Activate, baby. Transformation is activated. Commitment is activated. Holy shit, that's fucking powerful. And humility is, oh my God. Guys, I can cry at how I just connected this as a storyline. Like, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. At the bottom of the deck, cause and effect. Okay, so here, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Empathy. I think that's what I just had for this storyline, which is I feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Holy shit, guys. And cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and foundation of your results. This is huge, guys. This is fucking huge. Okay. So let me tell you what's going on here. So transformation is activated in order to have you more balanced and kind of heading towards the full moon energies and the non-Mercury retrograde energies. So the Mercury direct energies, right? But transformation is like you become so simplified in your heart too. Here's what transformation actually means. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. That's where you literally fucking just come from. You fucking sifted through all of the illusions to shift into awareness so that you can move, right? You can make moves. Amazing. Amazing. Did you want me to read the description for this? Yeah, okay, that's what I got before, but I was like, let's just do one thing at a time, because even though we're getting excited about the storyline, it is satisfaction. I just turned to satisfaction, by the way. Okay, so this is a very good storyline that's happening here. Transformation, where the F are you? And I'm glad that we're going into this right now, because we're going to see. We get to just delve in deeper. I love it. It says, this lifetime is a part of progression. This lifetime is a part of the progression of your soul. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment is forever a part of the evolution of your divine self. Just as a caterpillar eventually becomes a butterfly, which is now what you are actually entering, you too are slowly awakening to your true birthright as a spiritual being. As you go through this awakening, others will see the light and feel your love. This soul-to-soul connection raises your vibration, allowing transformation to occur at an even quicker pace. Amen. Yes, quick changes are happening. Positive, quick changes. And I think that's why they were like, okay, get with it. Go read, go read. And I was like, okay, but hold on. I got to just take my time for a second. They're like, read the transformation. All right, cool. So quicker pace, like attracts like. So be sure that the energy you are sending out is positive. They want me to talk about opposites attracting. This is what's funny, is that opposites can come in very different forms, okay? So what they want me to express here is opposites. So what you want to look for in your divine life spiritual partner is, on the invisible plane, conceptually, are they of the same type of positivity that you are, right? And let them be whatever they have to be on the outside, right? But do your souls connect in terms of that positivity plane, right? Because that's what's really going to keep the attraction alive. So energetically, you're looking for somebody that is of your positivity level and who's able to kind of stay there with you, right? Because the whole thing is, it's like, you know how they're like, oh, so again, going back to how people say opposites attract, it's like, steer away from that fucking belief, because that could be somebody's belief, but that's not the most happiest fucking route. The happiest route here is literally like attracts like. So believe in that, right? Like real recognizes real. Believe in that more so than opposites attract. You know when opposites attract? When two people don't give a fuck about their lives. That's what they kind of like end up going, like, attracting to each other, thinking that they're going to heal each other. And it's just like, that will never fucking happen until you actually do the work yourself. And by work, I mean, it's fucking awareness work. Like, you fucking are aware of your imperfections and you're like, you know what? I don't like that about myself. Let me change that shit up. Now, it's not, you can't change everything up all at once, right? So again, sometimes, like, I just came out of an emotional motherfucking phase of my life, right? And I ignored a little bit of my physical, right? Like, even though I'm keeping up with the literally simplified basics, right? Of, like, you know, movement, but I'm not there at, like, full throttle with my movement or with being super fucking perfectly balanced within myself, even as a Feng Shui practitioner, right? So the whole thing is, it's like, you have to just give the divine appropriate timing to whatever needs to take place in that phase of life. Like, I know in my next phase that I'm coming into now is, like, legit, since I've reached this level of self-love we were talking about here, I understand the importance and the significance of, you know, now paying attention to me and my body, right? When before it wasn't really that. It was about emotionally sifting through all of my fucking baggage, but with the help of, like, I had to be kind of like a caretaker for others in order for me to kind of work my emotional side out for myself, and then have that be completed and finalized and taken with me so that I can now move on to a different phase of life, if that makes any sense, right? So again, the balance doesn't mean balance all at once. Like, you can have everything all at once eventually, but you have to work for it. Like, and you also have to be adamant about holding on what you've learned right? From each phase of life. You're going to fucking bring it with you. You're not going to just let it go with all the stuff that didn't work. You're going to bring what worked with you. You're never going to let go of what worked. And you're going to then enhance it by adding more to it, right? Because now you've just made room by letting go of what didn't work. You've made room for something better and newer to come, which is actually how you will be rebalancing your life even better, right? On an even better and more elevated scale. So I just wanted to go into that for a little bit to let you know that transformation helps you to rebalance. It's just that you need to fucking work for it. I mean, that's literally like you want transformation, you need to fucking work for it by making appropriate decisions for yourself in order to figure out and sift through what works for you, what doesn't, and be real with yourself in terms of what phase are you working on right now, because you can't take everything on at once. You need to focus on something, right? You can't even when you're eating and your plate is filled, right? You can't like your fork can only stab one fucking thing. It can't stab 10 things at once. Like you can't just like put the fork in the center and then, I mean, maybe maybe there's a magnetic fork that fucking pulls all that food together. That's where my imagination just went. But the whole thing is like physically, you have to stab one thing at a time, even if you want to place everything all on your fork, you're still stabbing, 5 different things to collect it all on that one fork. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's the analogy that I was getting. So it's just kind of like one thing at a time, you need to focus on it. And that's how you're going to enjoy your life more at the end of the road, but also during your journey, right? Like as you live your life. So just know that that's kind of whatever. I needed to share that as a spiritual teacher, but more like a muse, right? Spiritual muse teacher. Okay. Like attracts like. So be sure that the energy you're sending out is positive. Negative energy coming back to you will slow your growth. I feel as though also you guys have been surrounded by people with the fucking, that heavier fucking energy, which is of misery, really. It's like, it's not negative. I mean, it is negative and it's what people call toxic and shit. But it's also like, like it's your choice to like hang out with them too. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just pull away from them for the time being as you're transforming, because I mean, this is like what we're also coming out of, but just keep on that regimen or that ritual scale where it's like, just stay the fuck away so that you don't have any of this, what I was talking about before, the red and the green, like clashing. Don't have that. Keep yourself away from the clashing. Like what like if you clash with a person, just stay away from that shit today, and always, but like, and it's okay to give yourself the time away from them because you are not there for them. You're there for yourself, right? That's what we're coming into now. As you advance into this new awareness, which again, confirmation of what I just said, we're coming into that. As you advance into this new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, even within yourself. Now that's what this might be. Okay. So that's like where you feel a little fucking confused because there's like such good shit coming your way. Oh damn. Oh my God, it's here. Oh my God, guys, this is so funny. When I said good shit on my walk today, let me explain something to you. This is what I found. This is a treasure that I found on my walk today. All right. And it's my crystal ball. I called it, it's a bouncy ball. It's a crystal ball where have you seen, I haven't seen this yet. This emoji with heart eyes. Okay. This shit. First of all, it's shit with, or what they like to say is chocolate ice cream, but it's shit. And chocolate ice cream is the shit. Okay. So I found this today, which is crazy. You're talking about green for the heart, pink for the heart, and then brown for the grounding. Okay. But brown for good luck. So I just wanted to show you that this is like, I called it my crystal ball today because it fucking stared up at me. But not only that, but like, like, if you look at this closer, this ball is so fucking cracked out of its mind. Like, it's so imperfect, you know? And I'm the type of person that I would fucking, like, I literally would be like, okay, forget this ball because there's cracks on it, right? But but then I looked at it closer and I was like, you know what? I feel fucking cracked. Like, I feel cracked out because I've been through a lot of fucking shit. And yet, this thing looking back at me also has been through a lot of shit. But yet, look on the inside. It's first of all, the shit and how cool it feels and how happy it is and how imperfect it is, right? So I actually wanted to place this, like, I put it in my pocket, completely forgetting about it. But thank God. I wanted to place this on the altar today because this, like, really is a great, it's a great fucking, like, excitement that happened to me this morning where I just felt like it was a sign from the universe where it was just like, yo, T, you're okay. Like, this is okay. And you're bouncing, okay? It's a bouncy ball. So you're fucking bouncing. Like, you're fucking happy as fuck, right? So again, it's just a beautiful, and he's smiling and he's happy. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck if I'm cracked out on the outside or if I, you know, because where they say that the cracks, and that's what came to me too, when I was kind of like really like looking at this ball, I was like, and nor do I like dirty. I don't like dirtiness either. So this ball was like before I washed it, it was dirty. It's, you know, cracked out. And I said, you know what? The light fucking comes through. You know what I'm saying? A crack. And that's what they say on a positive note is like, that's where the light comes through. So it's like, I'm going to accept this cracked ball, you know what I'm saying, into my life. And, you know, and it's also really funny because I saw it as a crystal ball and I was like, yo, like, imagine a crystal ball being fucking cracked like this. But I said, you know what? Even the people who do this fortune telling type of crystal ball stuff, that even represents how, you know, A, we're cracked out and different, but B, we're not always right either. We're imperfect. This is why you need to, you know, because we're humans too. So this is why you need to use discernment, right? But just know that we are sharing our light with you. The ones that are real, you know what I'm saying, are sharing, the ones that are real and the ones that are positive, and you can feel that. That's even when they're not positive, you can sense their light because they're being real with you, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can sense that. So there you go, bouncy ball, stay with us right here. I'm just so glad that came out because, like, did you see how excited I fucking got about that? So again, when it comes down to it, it says, I just had to share that. Oh, and this is funny because so we're going to be just like really confused, like, getting back to what I was saying in terms of this transformation and this transition that we're having. It's like a lot that's coming at us, but it's a good thing. So it says it's very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even within yourself. Now, this is going to be an overhaul type of energy that, you know, I'm telling you, it's going to be something, you know, like, life has been lived, I feel like, without a lot of change lately, but now change is about to motherfucking happen in a justice-like form. So just know that, you know, you're as best as prepared as possible. Listen to your intuition in terms of what you need to do. Don't question it. Just say, all right, I'm getting to do this for a certain reason. You may not know why, because even people who can see the future and who can kind of like figure things out for themselves too, like, sometimes they're not given why they're doing stuff, right? So just make sure to just follow your own intuition. That is your own crystal ball. Even when you're imperfect, just fucking do it. That's all I'm trying to say. The material things, or when it may seem imperfect, because it's never imperfect, it's always perfect. But somehow you may be coming out of this phase of life where it just seemed so fucking imperfect for you because of the fact that it was just like an imperfect in a negative way where you're just like, yo, I'm not this, dude. Like, I'm not like whatever is happening, like whatever's been fucking going on for so long. It's like, yo, this isn't even me, you know? So, but you had to endure it for some reason, right? And it was just maybe to make sure that you stick to your fucking ways in the future, to be like, no, I've already been through that fucking phase of life. And now I'm going to let you know that I'm never fucking going back to that again, because it just didn't fit me. And you know for sure now that it just didn't fit you, you know? So moving on, it says the material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment they used to. Your relationship to yourself and others and your understanding of your place in the universe will change. Amen. That's what's going on now. You will come to realize just how important you are in the grand scheme of things. Now, the grand scheme of things are happening to you, okay? It's happening for many of us. It's exciting. So keep in excitement. Keep your bouncy ball bouncing. You know what I'm saying? There are a finite number of souls experiencing this earth dimension at this time. And finite because there's only a few of us that fucking have gone through what we've gone through just to follow the light, okay, aspect. So, and you know who you are because you can fucking feel how much shit you went through, right? But yet you're still on the light side for some reason, and you're just like, yo, how the fuck did I even manage to keep sane, you know, and stick with my light aspect of myself? So, but it's all, you know, all glory goes to the Grand Master G and Grand Majesty G. So it says, Okay, there are a finite number of souls experiencing this earth dimension at this time, and you are one of them. Your contributions matter more than you'll ever know. Amen. So I just want to congratulate everybody who's stuck through all of the fucking shit, literally the shit. Oh my God, isn't this so funny? Sorry, I'm gonna just like, isn't this so funny? So this is the spade. This is a spade, and the shit is like kind of like the spade, right? So, so I gotta just laugh at that because it's kind of like, yo, stay strong, shit, stay strong. All right. It's kind of like you've been like, you're now rebalancing the shit in your life. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, all the shit that you've gone through is basically rebalancing. So I'm just telling you right now, it's like, good job in rebalancing and transforming all of the shit that you've been through in your life, right? And it's funny because here there's a lot of like brown in the background. So like, you know, it's just like the brown, whatever brown you see here is more of, so like, it's all the shit that you've alchemized into helping you, right? Like, it's now that all the shit that you've gone through is now your supportive boat that you were able to just be like, yo, I'm taking off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your foundation, it's your grounding, it's what had happened kind of like for you, right? Also, what I'm getting as I was reading this, major note to take on for today, in terms of the feng shui areas of our life that we're talking about, is fame and reputation, which is orange. Okay, that's how I like to see it. Orange and red, really. I mean, actually, sorry, it's more so red, but orange gets kind of like mixed into that too, as kind of like a fiery flame type of those colors. Also, since we're talking about, it's very interesting because since we're talking about our hearts in terms of, love, marriage, relationships, we're getting a lot of pinks and reds here too. And again, red is very interesting because it is a combination of, a flame for the, for the fame and reputation. It's like the fire element is the red that is there, that represents the fame and reputation area, but also red represents passion from the heart, right? So it could also be, it's like the commonality between the two, right? Between the two areas, is the red. So the red is like a more transitional. So it's like orange, red, green, that type of thing. So it's really interesting. So we're getting, and maybe you might be even recognized for something today, and that's why you're leaping for fucking joy, because look, it's like an orange, It's an orange fish that's jumping out of the water because it's excited because it's being recognized. Now, it's very interesting. There's so much coming through. Recognition would make sense for right now because we're coming out of the Mercury retrograde energies. Mercury retrograde is all about the right? And just last night it came to me too. Recognition is RE. That's how it's the word starts off, right? And cognition is knowing. So you're recognizing something in your life. You're like reevaluating something in your life, or somebody is reevaluating how they see you in their lives so that they can, and then they're kind of like siding with you in a sense. So that would be like your recognition, and maybe that's what you've been waiting for a very long time for. Something that you've been waiting for a very long time for is coming to fruition, and I feel it's a multiple things. I feel like it's at least two things. Also, what I'm getting before is, you see how this is a blue, and I'm sorry that this isn't really kind of faced towards, oh, there goes the ball. Fuck it, we're gonna have to see the imperfection ball. It's like just we still love it even if it's grounded right now for us all. It's grounding its energies for us all. So anyhow, what was I going to say is what I was going to say is that, you see, we're coming out of these cold energies, okay, that we really felt alone and we really felt not recognized, and all of that like cold fucking energy, that like evening type of energy, right? Where we were just like stuck in the dark about something. And now we're transitioning and we're coming into the light. You know what I'm saying? So into the light, into the warmth, into the fire, something to really just light our spirits with, you know what I'm saying? And I just kind of felt like myself even do that with this reading. I was like coming into it like, oh, and then all of a sudden it's like, yes, you know what I'm saying? So, and thank you for transformation, because I felt like the transformation happened around the time that I was speaking about transformation. So again, and there's a healing going here. This is a rainbow card, guys. Transformation is healing. So you've now healed something. You've rebalanced something. Huge. That is so fucking big. This is such a big reading, guys. It's bigger than what I'm even talking about. Commitment. Again, that's all about the love and marriage and relationships and commitment and connection. That's beautiful. So again, this could have a lot to do with somebody coming in romantically. Commitment says, you dedicate yourself to your belief wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Wholeheartedly meaning your heart is now wholesome, and you are now living your life wholeheartedly because you didn't like how this fucking felt. So you moved away from this saying, you know what, I know how to now live wholeheartedly because this is what I want and this is what I've really longed for a very long time. And you're transitioning into, I'm committed. I'm committed to living my life wholeheartedly. You're dedicated to it. You're devoted to it. You have beliefs that are in alignment with the wholeheartedness, which is amazing. You have this knowing that love is the essence, and it is so beneficial to your very being. I just added all of that in there because I needed you to feel that. Is there anything else that I need to share with this about this? Are we moving on to the next card? That was pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah, there's definitely love coming in. Commitment. You've already gained commitment for yourself, full throttle. So this is why commitment is now coming in for you, as if somebody wants to be with you, committed to you. And again, two people here. So it's like two hearts, commitment. They're both of equal. Oh my God, I can feel into that. That's so beautiful. They're both of equal, like, conceptual, wholehearted beliefs. And that's like fucking... That is such joyful heartedness. I can't even express to you how that fucking, it's just beautiful. It's just like a circle. And it's like, what I'm seeing here is an S. It's like super love. It's like Superman love. It's like diamond love, Beautiful. Humility. I love it. humility, without even reading this right now, I'm feeling that because somebody comes in and they express their commitment to you, you're going to feel that in order for your heart to have some change, you're going to have to express to this person how you are imperfect, okay? You are imperfect and you come with a lot of imperfections, and they need to be understanding of that, and they need to still be committed to you with that in the picture, because this is your picture right now, and you can't do anything about it, right? It's just what it is. You've come fucking, you're usually not this way. You usually know how to do better for yourself, but since you've been through so fucking much, and all this shit still needs to be transmuted into better stuff, right? All this grounding shit in the background, which is still good luck, right? Because it's like still like doing you really good. Like it's brought you a lot of humility, put it that way. You're communicating with this person and you're saying, listen, you might want me to be a part of your life or whatever the fuck, or I want you a part of my life. I feel like it's, again, two people talking to each other, but yet they're reflecting the same fucking shit. So one is just coming out, being courageous enough to come out and being like, listen, whoever's doing the offering or whoever's doing the accepting, both, they'll be able to feel into both of each other, right? Is letting you know that it's like, this is how my world looks like right now, you know? Like, this is like, so listen, you might just want commitment with me, but I'm perfect. I'm like truly imperfect right now. And I may just always be like, I don't know what is going to change out of my world. And I don't know what I have the strength for in terms of what's going to change out of my world. So you just need to know that you need to, like, if you're going to commit, you got to commit to all of me, right? So one's being perfectly open with their humility about it, with their imperfections. And not just one, I feel like both of them, right? But it's going to take one to initiate, obviously. And so humility means you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same. So all right, let me just read that over. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. So also with this humility, what I'm getting is that you may differ from your path may look very different from your divine life spiritual partner coming in, okay? Like on the outside, you guys may have a completely different physique, life, all that shit, right? Like all that, like whatever makes you up, right? And sorry, I don't know if I was messing around with my mic there, but the whole thing is your insides are of the same. Like you guys like could be living like one, it could be really put together, and one is actually really put together on the inside, right? But you know, it takes both, guys. In order to be put together on the outside, you need to be put together on the inside. So it's kind of like what they're, you know, I just feel like these two people that are perfect for each other are lacking, like are of the same stuff, right? But they've just come through experiencing different phases of their lives, making them look a little different, right? So one may have, overcome emotional stuff within themselves right now. And one may have overcome, fucking physical stuff within themselves. And now they're coming together, right? They're attracting to one another. But the thing is, both of them are going to end up on the same path where it's like, they're both gonna, because it's not that just because one came out of one phase and one came out of another phase doesn't mean that they don't appreciate all phases of life. They actually do. They truthfully respect all phases of life, and they're going to get there. But the whole thing is now their lives are looking a little fucking hectic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like themselves because they've just been through a lot. So they feel like more of a mess than they are usually. And they're just coming out and saying that. They're just expressing it. They're just like saying to each other, like, listen, like, this is not me. You know what I'm saying? This is normally not me. Like, this is not what I usually like side with. And they're just expressing their imperfections to one another. But yet the humility is what kind of connects them, which is very interesting, right? To then have the courage to, but I feel like both of them don't even realize that they've also developed into this loving awareness that this card says, that you and everyone else are the same, but have different paths. So they're both very understanding of one another, but I feel like they just need to express themselves to be like, I just need a, breath of fresh air. Like, here's a breath of fresh air. Like, here's what you need to know about me. Like, I don't like this aspect of myself, like, temporarily just now, but I know I'm going to fix it. But the whole thing is, you just have to accept me for who I am right now. Like, you're like trying to like just meet humility at where it is, for you to be like, are you really committed to me? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to read this at all? Yeah, I'm getting no either. So the whole thing is, it's like, but you're giving yourself a breath of fresh air by siding with humility. That's what I'm trying to say here. And you're also allowing more breathing space, and that more kind of like sharing, that knowledge, or that, that emotion, or that expression with somebody from your inside out. You're literally giving more space to more positive vibes coming in. Do you know what I'm saying? It's again, you're decluttering, cause and effect. I'm just going to go back to it for a second. It says, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts and, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. So again, you're thinking, and you're knowing actually, that it's better to be upfront about shit now, rather than, learn about things later, rather than things being hidden from you. Because guess what, guys? You've just come from a fucking state of, you've just come from a place, a phase, that not much was revealed to you. Like, you just didn't know what the fuck you were doing. There was so much confusion, but now that we're coming into the new moon, it's being all, like, light is being shined on everything, right? So you've grown the knowledge of your humility, knowing that here's what I really have to express, like, honestly speaking, because I deserve to know the truth. Like, I deserve my truth being put out there so that I receive the truth. Because you, in this last phase, it's like you've dealt with so many people who are not even willing to be humility based, that you were just like, yo, fuck this. Like, fuck that past bullshit life that, like, I've just fucking had to deal with. That didn't even make me feel real. Like, humility makes you feel real, guys. That's why you're siding with it, right? So again, cause and effect. You're doing, because you're siding with humility that makes you feel real, your cause and effect, which is your consequences, you're going to feed your future life with a lot of fucking realness, which is beautiful, which is imperfection, which is wholeheartedness, wholesomeness. It's like you're literally just accepting all of, what life has to bring to you in an honest and a real way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gifting yourself this humility, even though, like, even though this is how you feel, your humility you feel real. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, this crazy fucking looking card makes you feel so fucking real that you don't even give a shit anymore if somebody else judges you about it, right? And so that's where the humility comes into play. Like, you thought, like, oh, true love coming in, it needs to be all perfect and shit and da-da-da-da. It's like, bro, like, I just got to tell you something. I'm completely imperfect. I'm completely, completely satisfied, because that's also, I wouldn't be completely satisfied, but I'm just saying, so I'm not satisfied with it, but I'm completely okay with how it is and accepting of how it is. But you know what? It takes courage to be, to side with humility, to give yourself that realness, to give yourself the reality check, for you to then receive reality checks over and over and over again, because that is the light, that is the truth of the matter, right? Yo, it's so fucking amazing. So a lot of compassion coming out of this for yourself. Humility is compassion for yourself, by the way, too. When you're able to be real and upfront about your situation and just open to, just open to talking about different things, like just to feel humility is being real, is being a real human being. Like, you are humanizing the fuck up. And I feel as though that makes a deeper commitment in terms of love and relationships. And all, I'm talking about like love, commitment, connections, relationships, all of it. That makes you feel real deep love for somebody when you're able to be that fucking deep about it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that even came out crazy. That did come out crazy. I know that. But like, I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, you just feel that depth of love, that real, true commitment, and you're gonna, that's gonna always be there. I just spit out. Sorry. But that's basically, that's always gonna be there. And I love how commitment and humility are right next to one another, which means that you are committed to your humility now to take you further in your life. Beautiful. Oh, we have one more card to do. Yes! Okay, so here's another card, and that's for, oh my God, 11 is a number today. Yes! Okay, is it today? Am I getting my days mixed? I don't fucking know. Well, still appreciative of the 11. I was just thinking about it there. Okay. So 18, we need the highest and best believing card that will be kind of the theme of our day today. And we need that card to be placed at the top of this deck, please. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, 18. Thank you, Grandmaster G and Grand Majesty G. I love all of you. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here, right now? Wait, is it for my highest and best good to stop shuffling the cards right here, right now? All right. Sometimes I get my own. Oh, guys, self-love. We were just talking about all the self-love. Yes. You've mastered it for yourself, guys. You're committed to it. That's amazing. Do we read that right now at all? We don't even have to read it. It's just because you know it. You know what self-love is. You've come into your mastery of it. You've taken it with you. It's your dignity. It's like it's like you don't give a fuck. That's how much, it's your simplification. It's like what you've come down to. Oh my God. And it's like, it's really funny because there's 66 here. I got 66 and one of these cards is healing too. And I know some other readers got like 6, like multiple 6s or some shit. And like, it's so really funny because I'm still like transitioning out of like the fear mode to it. So I keep sending it love, trying to understand it because I've gotten so many things across my life where it's just like, whatever, I'm not going to go into it now. I just think that it's really not as bad as we all think it is. Okay, just put it that way. But I'm still trying to come into not really full understanding with it because I'm not even trying to mess around with that kind of shit if it's like on the negative end. But I want to understand it for, I want to just send it love, put it that way. So what's very interesting is that, but also in the tarot, right? This is why it's like you have to question everything because in the tarot, 6 is the Lover's card. So it's like you have self-love for yourself here. There's self-love, as your joy for today, as your heart-filled joy and commitment to yourself. Also, it's having you bring in new beginnings to yourself because of the 1. 6's 1 is 7. 7 is like, by midday you may have like a complete change of things happening for you, like change of life, change of towards a positive, right? Like just shifts happening where you just like don't even realize like how your life is gonna change in front of your eyes. Like you don't see it coming, but you're accepting of it because you know that you've come into your own. Like you've mastered self fucking love. Do you know what that means? I don't think you guys know what that means. Like Talk about, like, okay, so thank you, Archangel Metatron, for being here and for sending us self-love. But, like, you are sending love to all aspects of the transformation, commitment, humility, you know, towards yourself, towards, you know, the fame and reputation aspect of your life, towards teaching it, towards, you know, the love, marriage, and commitment and connections and relationship areas of your life. Like, this is huge. This is so huge. And it's an extension. So it's kind of like, it's like the theme of the day, like we've said. And it's literally the catalyst that gets you to all of this commitment and humility from this transformation, right? So it's like all of what you've learned from before has taught you that self-love. That's what that's all of what, like, the shit that you've been in the past, the crazy shit that you've just experienced or that you're just coming out of, transformed into self-love. And that's, by midday today, you've mastered self-love for yourself. And no one can fuck with you anymore. No one can fuck with you anymore. But because it's like beautiful, because you've come from all of this, again, it's like a energy wave, right? Because you've come from this, you've made decisions, you're whatever, you literally, your self-love is the beginning. So so like the new beginning that starts you off into receiving commitment. And thank you for my phone going off, because that is confirmation. Because you've mastered self-love, you are now in full, complete fucking alignment with receiving commitment in terms of, romantic love. That's all I gotta say. And even more love further beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're talking about relationships, it could be with anybody. But I'm saying that this is definitely more so heart-based today. Like, heart-based, it's always going to be heart-based. I'm talking about, like, romantically filled. Also because of the fact that I personally, like, you know, all these readings are an extension of me as well, right? So, like, a little bit of me has to be mixed up into this, but also it's because it's connected to you. So it all makes a lot of sense. But the whole thing is, it's like, I feel like a lot of us, or a lot of people that are like me, those that I'm attracting, like, in terms of, like, like-minded people, like, or like living people, right? I feel as though that they've experienced the same thing. Like, their focus has been so much on love lately that it's like now they've mastered it. You know what I'm saying? They've mastered it. They know all about it. They're fucking pros. And, you know, and the result of that, cause and effect, again, that's what we got. The result of that is a commitment. Somebody wants to commit to you, you know, whether it be in any type of way. This could, because it's on the midway, right? So it could be something that, you know, commitment to yourself, commitment to others, you know, it's the yin and yang, or, you know, or somebody wants to meet you in the middle and commit to you. Or, and by also committing to you, I mean, like, that could be on a business scale, that could be on a relationship scale. So whatever type of, you know, relationships, it's like you guys, it's being poured onto you, poured onto you. So I think probably that's I mean, this is all about self, right? Self and self-love. So lots of blessings coming in, and you're going to feel drunk about it, because even though these are vases or whatever, vases, neither one actually just feels right when I express that. But even though these are vases of flowers, like pots of flowers that are tipped over, I feel like they're so fucking tipped over because they've been drenched with a fucking downpour of blessings that they're drunk and they're tipped over. That's exactly what I feel. So just laugh today. If you can, just laugh. Humility is also humor, right? So laugh. Rebirth. Guys, we're going to feel rebirth, karmic completion. I mean, woo! There's a lot going on here, guys. There's a lot going on here. So, yeah, are we ending here, A-Team? Yes, we're ending here. So I love you guys so much. Enjoy your day ahead. Yeah, and just have something to look forward to, really. Like, it's just going to be beautiful. Set something up for yourself where you're looking forward to it. I know I'm looking forward to Jersey Shore tonight. I am so excited. And if it's still on, I don't know like when the last episode is or whatever, but I feel like it's still on. So, yeah, so I'm really excited about today and it being so heightening and so transitional. So just breathe, guys. Breathe through it and just be in receiving position and always say thank you, because you must fill your heart up with gratitude and you must love to do that. Learn to love it if you don't love it already. But I know that you do, because I attract loving people. These are jumping cards all over the place. But we're going to end it on this imperfect note. So I love you. Have a great day. Bye.